Kyshawn George just stole the show in Dallas, and so did the youth. It paved the way, and the Wizards get their first win of the season. Man, this feels good.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
DC family, you're locked on to the Washington Wizards, where you're part of our family. We thank you for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every single day. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day, free and available wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe and join the DC family. Feels good to get the win, everyone. Alongside DC Sports content creating Kyshawn Abdullah Ayubi, I'm Ben Strober, and I cover all things DC Sports for 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980. AB, first dub of the season, and Kyshawn stole the show. It was the youth that led Washington to the win. This is what you ask for out of a Wizards team this season. This is an incredible feeling.
And what a way to bounce back, Ben. First half against Milwaukee, you're down 19. That second quarter against the Dallas Mavericks, playing in American Airlines Arena, you outscore them 30-17. You hold them less than 20 points in a quarter with a team that's desperate. They got destroyed by Victor Wembanyama. Shout out to our good friend Nick Angston on Locked On Mavs, who we're definitely going to troll after this live stream is over. But he said himself, Victor Wembanyama broke the Mavs that first game. And who broke the Mavs this second game tonight, Ben? Kyshawn George, the year 2 kid out of Miami. Throw up the freaking U's, Wizards fans.
All right. We got so much to get to in this episode, so much to break down. Main point, Kyshawn George, he stole the show. We're going to tell you how he did it and why he might just be this Wizards' best young player. In the second segment, Linnell Willingham will join us, and he'll break down how the Wizards' youth paved the way for the win. It wasn't about the veterans. It wasn't about C.J. McCollum. It wasn't about Chris Middleton. It was about our young guys, Kyshawn George, Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson in his return to Texas. Those guys paved the way for the win. We're going to break down all the stops, get your reactions here on Locked On Wizards. A career performance for Kyshawn George, 34 points and 12 rebounds in the game. The dude took over, point blank. There's no other way to put it. This guy took over the basketball game. It was 23-9 at one point early on in the contest, and you start to feel like, okay, this team has started slow offensively once again. They were playing good defense, to their credit. The ball pressure I thought was really good early on in the game. When you give Kyshawn George an opportunity to showcase who he is as a player, and the reason he's so good right now is because of how confident he is. We've seen it in the promo videos. We saw it in the summer when he played in the AmeriCup. We saw it in the opening game against Milwaukee, and tonight he took it to a new level. This is what the light at the end of the tunnel will feel like eventually for this Wizards organization, because you have a legit two-way player on this team that can get it done and can take over a basketball game. That was a backpack Superman type of effort from Kyshawn George. He didn't do it necessarily alone, but man, today was the day where you really start to feel something is changing because of this player that you think you have in Kyshawn George, AB.
5 stocks, Ben. Not only doing on the offensive end, like you mentioned, but defensively, this kid is so freaking special. The sky's the limit. And it's crazy, insane to think about. He was the last pick out of the big 3 of the 2024 draft class. 24th overall pick. Will Dawkins haters, you guys want to criticize this man for many things that he's done in his tenure here in Washington. Give him flowers where flowers are due. Getting Kyshawn George the 24th overall pick. This kid is a future star, Ben, and we are watching it right in front of our eyes. Year 2, game 2, doing this against a good Mavericks team, Ben. This Mavericks team is going to be contending in the West. Once they get Kyrie Irving back, they have Anthony Davis, Cooper Flag, who put on a show as well. They're not a scrub team. Don't get me, the Wizards haters, you're going to say they didn't beat a good team. This Mavericks team is a good team, and you're going into their house when they desperately need to win tonight. Shout out to Coach Keefe and the kids, man.
Absolutely. And the reason I'm so high on what Kyshawn did today is because of the way he led this comeback effort that led to them getting the lead in the second quarter and never letting go of it. He made 6 or 7 straight field goals at one point. I forget what the exact stat was, but once he got to that mark and he got this team essentially on his back right there by using the ability he has as a two-way player, because he gets it done on the defensive side of the basketball. Good things happen offensively. He can play make for this team. He can shoot from the outside. He made 6 threes in this game today. The ability he has to really do it all on the basketball floor, and it's his ability to get downhill. that is so good. That gives you so much confidence in the kind of player he is because, dude, he can handle the ball. He played point guard at Miami, and I feel like a lot of people kind of like that became an afterthought here after we drafted him. His biggest sell was how good he was as a three-point shooter. We didn't see it as much early on his rookie year. It came on late, but now that he's developed these other skills, this is exactly what you needed to see as a Wizards fan. And the whole time we've talked this summer, you say, what is this season about? It's not even about wins and losses. Yes, it feels good that you got the win today. You can celebrate beating a good team because your youth is the reason you won the game. But that's meaningful development. Kyshawn George is a prime example of player development that you're going to see through this organization. He has developed skills that we didn't think he had coming out of the draft. 5 stocks in the game, 12 rebounds. The dude was the best rebounder on the floor for this team, and that's a big-ass Dallas lineup that he went out there and was getting boards for. Man, Kyshawn George just stole the show. He showcased what he's all about. He showcased what this Wizards youth movement is all about today.
And after Kyshawn, Ben, how about our rookie, number 6 overall pick, Trey Johnson, with 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. Going into this game, it was all about Cooper Flag this, Cooper Flag that. Don't get me wrong, he's a great player. But Trey Johnson is also going to be a great player. I think, Ben, his ability to just catch the ball and just let it fly, it's just so freaking special. And shout out to you, Ben. You were doing play-by-play for Georgetown volleyball, and you came in late in the third quarter. And the Wizards, they almost let it go, but the young guys finding a way to close out the show, Ben. That's what we're talking about. This is Wizards basketball, baby.
Win or lose, I was going to be super excited about this game because of what Kyshawn did, but I was just excited to have the opportunity to be competitive in a game. Have a game come down to clutch moments in the fourth quarter. Bub comes up big for you with a 3 in the corner. There was the foul. They initially waved it off, but they end up getting the bucket. It wasn't your veterans. The veterans were not good, actually. The veterans were the worst players.
We were saying that.
The veterans were the worst players. And there's maybe a conversation that we need to have about Trey Johnson not playing enough down the stretch in that game. He absolutely should have been in the game, probably over McCollum at some points. But I'll save that for a little bit. I'm enjoying this win right now. The positives. You played good, hard defense in this game. Kyshawn leads the way in terms of the physicality you need as a defender. They say he filled out his frame. Yeah, that's evident in the way he's able to pressure the basketball. He was up there getting in Anthony Davis's face. He made life hell for all of those dudes, even the bigs on this Dallas team. What a demoralizing, deflating loss that becomes for the Dallas Mavericks. They were the more, I won't even say it like that. They should have been the more desperate team. The Wizards looked like the more desperate team today. You can't fake desperation on an NBA floor. The Wizards were the more motivated team. They were more physical. They played with more intensity. I mean, they forced 21 turnovers, for God's sakes. That's defense right there. They made life hell on the Mavericks today, and Kyshawn was the reason why.
And at one point, late in the third quarter, this Wizards team was winning by 17. I love it. And to think about it, this Wizards team missed 9 free throws. So you left points out there on the court, shot 45.6% from field goal range, 41.7% from three-point land. Rebounding was pretty even. Second chance point or fast break points, you outscored Dallas 24-18. Just an all-around great complimentary basketball game, Ben. And I just think this is a game where it gives these young guys confidence outside of Kyshawn George, Trey Johnson, Alex Sark. Cam Whitmore was being very aggressive. Going into this Hornets game, it's going to be exciting because that Hornets team is also a fun team to watch.
Home opener. I really hope to see some energy in the building at Capital One Arena, because if what Key and Trey and Sar have shown you through the first couple of games is there's real reason to be excited about the youth that this team has. They are prospering right now, and Charles brings up a great point right here. Bilal coming back soon. Where's he going to fit in this rotation? We might have to break that down at some point.
That's a whole different video.
Maybe you see Chris get kicked out of the starting line. I think I want to see Kyshawn and Bilal on the floor at the same time. That's a nasty.
There's just no way, Ben.
lineup.
We said this already after game 1. There's no way you take Kyshawn George out of the starting lineup. Give the man as many minutes as he can get.
Absolutely. Man, there's just so many different angles to take to break this whole thing down. But AB, one of the other overarching things that we can just talk about today with this team is it just feels good. It feels good to be in this position because think about it last year, how demoralizing things got. You lost 16 games in a row, 2 separate times. It was hell. You were in the bottom of the barrel in basketball, and then you get the 6th pick in the draft. You get screwed over, but then you get Trey Johnson. Then you have an impressive offseason with one of your better players in Kyshawn George. He develops. Alex Sarr gets bigger. He gets stronger. And they show you strides early in the season. This is what you needed. This is what you needed as a Wizards fan. You had to see this type of stuff happen early on in the season. And oh my God, we got 80 more games to see these guys blossom and develop. This is just a start, AB. This is literally just
this is how you get, I agree. This is how you get respect from the league. Before the game, I was going to Dallas Mavericks YouTube comments talking about Ish saying, hey, look out for Trey Johnson. And they were all saying that this is going to be a get-right game for the Mavericks. Cooper Flag's about to go off. The Mavericks are about to win by 20 at least. Who was the team that was playing hard tonight? Who was the team that was sending double teams when Anthony Davis was trying to bully these young guys? Shout out to my boy Tristan Vucevic, who stood his ground, stood on business when Anthony Davis and PJ Washington were trying to get in his face. That's what I'm talking about. Give that man more minutes, Ben.
Let's get the lineup here. AB, I'll start with you.
Bub Carrington at the 1, CJ at the 2. Wait, are we saying when Bilal comes back?
I'm gonna have my answer with based on Bilal being back because I think he comes back next week.
Okay, so then I said CJ at the 2, Bub at the 1, Bilal at the 3, Kyshawn at the 4, Sarr at the 5.
You don't want Trey to start?
Why did I just forget about Trey Johnson? Am I dumb? I'm so sorry.
Trey's got to start.
I'm so sorry.
Trey's got to start.
Trey at the 2. I'm so sorry.
Man, Trey Johnson needs to start so he can have a legitimate shot at winning Rookie of the Year.
Dude, I'm so ecstatic. Sorry, Ben, I'm so ecstatic about Kyshawn George. I forgot about Trey Johnson.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Linnell just entered the studio. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Linnell Willingham will help us break down the Wizards youth and how they got it done today, Wizards Nation. Stay with us. Your ambition just met its match. With Robinhood, you play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Locking in on every opening, beating your PR, beating it again. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control of your money. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto, all on one platform. You can now build and execute your own trades from a desktop with Robinhood's Legends Advanced tools, or take advantage of the new Robinhood Strategies with a tailored portfolio managed by a team of experts. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. The NBA season is heating up, and DoorDash has found the perfect way to keep fans in bag all season long. Whether you're watching for the highlights, your fantasy team, or just your favorite player, DoorDash makes every game even better. DoorDash is the official on-demand delivery platform of the NBA, and they're celebrating with something called the bag drop. Every time an NBA player scores 50 in a game, Kyshawn might have been going for it tonight. DoorDash drops 50% off your order with Dash Pass the next day, and you're automatically entered for a chance to win the ultimate fan bag. We're talking player-inspired drip, exclusive gear, and stuff you'll actually want. I love that it's not just food. You can get everything from the snacks and drinks to headphones, ice, even socks, all delivered. DoorDash has you covered for the late nights, last-minute watch parties, and double OT fuel-ups. So next time someone goes for 50, use promo code NBA50 the next day. Get 50% off on DoorDash with Dash Pass. Plus your shot at the bag drop. Dash Pass members only 50% off up to $10 a day after a 50-point game with promo code. Terms apply. No purchase necessary. Ends April 13th. Open to U.S. residents 21 or older. Visit DoorDashinYourBag.com for full details. DoorDash, in your bag all season long. Wizards Nation, we got the dub today. It's a good feeling, and we are super excited about that today because it was the youth that got the win for this Wizards team. You weren't relying on their veterans at all today, AB. That's incredible. All right, right here, Linnell Willingham, our guy, the youngest in charge. I know he's just as happy
How we feeling,
as us.
Man? That was crazy. I didn't think that was possible, man. I'll start with this, and I'll go from Debbie Downer to positive. We've seen it now in game 2 from an effort standpoint. That has to be the intensity level night in, night out. Ben, you were texting me while the first quarter was going on and they were down 14, and I was texting you back saying, hey, look, I don't care that they're down 14. It's the effort that you're seeing on the defensive end, the ball pressure all night long, I thought was really good. It started with Bub Carrington and Kyshawn George on that end of the floor, in my opinion. I thought those two were really, really good right from the outset of this one. And then when guys get hot, man. Kyshawn George was in his bag tonight offensively. I think he may be the first home run of the Will Dawkins era. And it's so crazy. I was throwing a fit. I think we all were throwing a fit after the ping pong balls didn't bounce our way, and you end up with the number 6 overall pick. Your franchise cornerstone, your best player potentially on a championship team, may be sitting on your roster right now here in year number 2, talking about Kyshawn George. There's so much to like about him. He is one of the most complete players, I think, right now in the association. I think the nuance to his game on defense is really what impresses me. Under control as a closeout guy, closing out with extreme effort, the length that he has. He blocked a Najee Marshall 3 in the left corner. And it was one of them joints where Najee's looking at him like, damn, I didn't think he was that long. I didn't think he was going to be able to impact my shot. I think you saw that all night long. He had a blocking transition that I was really happy with. His pace that he plays with offensively, I know that's what people are excited about. I'll say this, right? They play Charlotte on Sunday. The scouting report's changing for Kyshawn George. People aren't going to continue to go under 3-point looks for him. What was he, 7-9 tonight from 3? Like, that's not going to continue to happen. I want to see the evolution in his game, him putting the ball on the floor more, how he acts as a passer and a playmaker when teams go above his go over on his screens. But I thought he was awesome, man. The strength that he Sammy, I'm always excited, bro. I'm going to keep it real, man. The strength that he showed driving the basketball. I think we saw this dating back to last year and then even in the summer league. When he is able to get his shoulder into you, someone tweeted out, he's like Luka Doncic. He's not Luka, but like that's the pace and the change of pace that he has the ability to play with, man. I think he is stronger. He doesn't look more physically imposing, and I guess I'll get to see, coming up on Sunday when we get the chance to get our eyes on him up close in person for the first time. But man, super impressed by him. I put a nickname out there in the chat. I don't know how many people right now are in this live. Can we get a vote on this? Kyshawn George's nickname should be the Standard. He is the standard for what Wizards basketball needs to be moving forward. He embodies everything you want culturally, hustles, works his tail off, unselfish. And then the thing that I loved about him tonight, when he scored his 26th point, looked like he scored his first basket. He's just even keel. The emotion doesn't get too high or too low for him. He's even keel as they come, man. I think he is a foundational building block for you moving forward and may end up being the best player on a championship team. I thought he was awesome.
Linnell, what I said today is this was a culture win. And I know this organization has thrown the word culture around a ton, and sometimes you think it's a bunch of BS because how do you define culture without winning basketball games? You say, you're preaching the right things, you're working hard in the offseason, the way they talked about Kyshawn George all offseason, what he did and how everyone was going to be competitive. It was a meritocracy. With what we've seen, the culture being set by this organization, the effort they put in defensively on both sides of the basketball right now. With that being said, and it's supposed to be a competitive environment, with the best 5 you put on the floor, how long is it going to be before they put Trey Johnson on the floor as a starter? Because I was actually mad that he wasn't playing enough down the stretch for this team. And I know CJ, maybe it seems like a one-off that he hasn't been good through the first 2 games, but if you're going to really buy into this youth movement, do you think they should buy into Trey Johnson starting sooner?
No. I like it like this. Ease him into it.
Okay.
I wanted him to close out the game tonight, though. I didn't like that decision at all.
Yeah, that I was furious about that.
Yeah, about from Brian Keefe. That's an opportunity for him to get to learn and grow how to win and close out a basketball game by getting good shots. Dude, he may be already one of the top 6 or 7 3-point shooters in the NBA. I mean, every time he lets it go,
it looks like it's going in, Leno.
That's the crazy part, bro. Every time he shoots it, it looks like it's going in. He took one like late in the shot clock from like damn near half court, and it bounced off the back rim. Like he looked like he was about to catch that one. So I love what I'm seeing from Trey Johnson. He had a mid-range bucket. I don't even want to say it's mid-range. It was on like 15 feet inside the right lane. And his footwork that he showed on that shot attempt, bro, like he's got it. Like he is a real deal scorer. I think he's much more than just a three-point marksman. So when teams do begin to run him off of the three-point line, I think you're seeing it already. He's got the package. He's got the bag to still be effective even when teams are running him off the line. And I think that just opens up things for the Wizards moving forward. I think the starting lineup post-trade deadline after you get rid of McCollum and Middleton, Bub, Trey, Bilal at the 3, Kyshawn at the 4, and then Alex R at the 5, man. Like that to me. And then we haven't even, like Bilal, think about what Keyshawn's giving you defensively. I know we spent a lot of time, it feels like, talking about his offense, so that's what everyone's geeked up about. That's not what I'm most impressed with. His defense is legit, bro. Blocking shots on Anthony Davis, like not giving up ground in the post versus Anthony Davis. Like he's a badass, bro. Like he is an alpha. That's why I keep calling him the standard. Like this is the way everybody that enters the lineup, enters a game for the Wizards should play, bro. Like this is this is like one of those moments though, man, where it's like, damn, welcome to the NBA. Like for him to have his breakout game in game number 2, it's gonna be a long year for Kyshawn George, man. And I mean that in a good way. You talk about culture. One thing that stood out to me, our guy Veron Shankar tweeted it out from the Post. Brian Keefe chewing out Cam Whitmore for taking just horrible shots. I'm going to say this right now. He does not fit what the Wizards are trying to do. Cam Whitmore does not fit the Wizards timeline. Cam Whitmore does not play Wizards basketball. He's a little bit too selfish for my liking, takes some bad shots. Body language isn't there sometimes when the shot's not falling. That's just 2 games in, though. So who knows? I don't want to be super reactionary. We got 82 of these things, but like that was the one thing I didn't like. Alex R, I thought from a physicality standpoint on defense was pretty good, challenging Anthony Davis at the rim early in the first quarter. That stood out to me. He had 1 3-point attempt tonight. I don't know how many 3-point attempts he had. I saw the one. I drove away and I had to miss 25, 30 minutes of action as I was en route home. So I come back and I'm listening to Dave Johnson and company on 99.1, and I can't. This is the most excited I've been about a Wizards team maybe since John and Brad, bro.
No, I was so for everyone that wasn't in the stream earlier, I'm dressed up for the Kyshawn George coming out. No, I'm just kidding. I was doing it. I had a play-by-play broadcast at Georgetown. I was driving back listening to Dave Johnson, and I just couldn't believe how often I just hear Kyshawn 3. It's there. It's there. Kyshawn George.
It's there.
Kyshawn George.
Dave Johnson is so good, and to hear him feel the excitement with Glenn Concert as well, man, like those, I was excited for those guys to get to call this game tonight. I was geeked up. We got back here, got back in the stream, man. Like that is the way you set the tone for what you can build upon the rest of the year. Linnell, can you stay with us for one more segment?
Let's do it. The one thing I would say, Sunday against Charlotte, you definitely don't want to have a letdown from an effort and intensity standpoint. That's the one thing I'll be looking at. I think what impressed me the most is the fact that they were down, 23-10 to start this game, and you saw them just continue to chip away and chip away. Everybody knows this. When you make shots, it's easy for your effort to ratchet up a little bit. I thought even while they weren't making shots, even when they were down 23-10, I credit Kyshawn George, I credit Bub Carrington for the ball pressure that we saw early in this game.
Yeah.
He was stripping, was it Cooper Flag, right, Ben?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll talk about that at nauseum. Real quick, we got to take one more quick break. When we come back, we're going to break down Bub Carrington and some of the other young guys that paved the way for the Wizards and their dub, 117-107 over Dallas. Let's be real. Making excuses doesn't solve anything. We've all heard them before. It's just stress, I'm tired, or it happens to everyone sometimes. When it comes to performance, sometimes your body just needs a little extra support, and that's where Rougiet comes in. Rougiet.com offers fast-acting, doctor-prescribed treatments for ED, designed to help you stop making excuses and start making moves. Rougiet makes it to get started. You just connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online. No awkward waiting rooms, no in-person appointments. If prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly straight to your door. The process is fast, simple, and private, and it's all handled by real doctors. It's about confidence, connection, and getting back to the moments that matter. Visit rugiet.com/LockedOnNBA to get 15% off your first order. That's rugiet.com/LockedOnNBA. And don't forget to use our code LockedOnNBA so they know we sent you. Rougiet. Stop making excuses and start making moves. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer you do not want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and you'll get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right, pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it lets you bet how you want. Today on the Sports Junkies, I said 3 threes for Trey Johnson. That is free money. It absolutely was free. I cashed out as a result. I love how FanDuel gives me so many ways to play. I built parlays, player props, and even follow the live lines during the game. Makes watching football even more exciting when you got a little something riding on the action. Whether you're a casual fan or you love diving into the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com or download the FanDuel app today and get started. Let's go. Big time culture win for the Washington Wizards, and it was because they got it done defensively through these young players. Linnell, you talked about the ball pressure a lot in that last segment. Can you detail through the first 2 games how this team has been able to maximize that aspect of their defense?
Yeah, I think you saw it midway in the second quarter against Milwaukee. Despite them getting, routinely lost in transition, I thought the ball pressure was really good. I know a lot of people have been hard on Bub Carrington. I think he's one of the guys that has led the charge with that. There is a fearlessness that you have to have at the guard spot in today's day and age in the NBA, not being scared to get blown by, trusting your help defense behind you, having the desire, the want to fight over screens. I thought Bub really led the way with that. Kyshawn is 6'8", man. Like, when he gets in you, You feel him. He's big. He's strong. Loved everything about it. I even thought, Trey Johnson, first of all, can I just make a quick okie-doke joke on the side here? No court swag at all. Zero. But just gets buckets, bro. And I loved his effort on the defensive end as well. I know Will Dawkins, the night that he was drafted, I'll never forget, talked about what they did with Trey when they first brought him in, and they played a bad reel of him getting lost defensively, him dying on screens defensively. Here in the early going, man, I thought he's, done a really good job with that, fighting over screens, giving effort. They're picking up a damn near half court. Like, that's what it has to be. That is culture. That is everything that you want. And then I don't know if it was just the live mics that I was hearing tonight, because I'm listening to the Monumental broadcast for the first time. I was actually in studio. Lord knows I'm not paying for Monumental. It's just Ted. Come on, guys. But you heard Brian Keefe and the assistant coaches more than I had ever heard them before. Like, encouraging guys to get up in them defensively, encouraging guys to find your man defensively in transition. I loved everything about it, man. I thought defensively tonight, the guys that really stood out, Kyshawn George and Bub Carrington on the perimeter really stood out to me. I thought Alex Sarr was good on the interior at times, challenging and competing against Anthony Davis. Thought he played pretty well. Here's the thing, though, about Sarr. I think we're starting to see it. He's had 2 tough matchups to start the season, I will say that. But if he's nothing more than just a 12.8 rebound, 1 block, a block and a half guy, so be it, right? He's here. I think he's a complimentary piece to this group. I've now changed my tune. I know I came on here a week and a half ago. It felt like I said, I think he's the guy that's got the most upside. It's clearly Kyshawn George. I think Kyshawn George, that's all NBA, bro. That's all defense. I know everyone's geeked up about the 3-point shooting and all that. All these threes pretty much are wide the hell open because he didn't shoot the ball worth a piss last year. So the way the scouting report is right now for him, teams are going under. That is not going to continue. I promise you that. So that's the next thing I'm going to, watch with him is how do you adjust to guys going over? Will we see Alex Sarr get more involved as a roller? Because I think Kyshawn is probably the guy that is best served to get him easy looks because of how dynamic he is as a passer. CJ gave him one really good look. He backed down Anthony Davis, gave a good spin move, and then he blew the layup. So Alex Sarr is just about putting it all together. I think he's raw. Who knows what he'll end up turning into? But I think it's all about Kyshawn George and Trey Johnson tonight, man. 2 legitimate building blocks that you have moving forward. And then I don't want Bub to get lost in the sauce here tonight. I saw, just reading Twitter, people screaming, get him off the floor. No, he competes, bro. He defends. I want him on the floor. He is your best defender right now in the guard spot. Not even close.
I was going to say, Linnell, there was a play where,
I guess.
there was a play where Derek Lively tried to seal off Kyshawn George, but he couldn't, and it was a lob, I'm pretty sure, to Lively. And he just swatted it, and Trey Johnson got the steal.
Yep.
I was surprised, Linnell, that this team didn't get bullied in the paint or out-rebounded. This Dallas team is big, and we're small. Let's be real. They did a great job of sending double teams when AD was in the paint and just trying a way to get hands in the passing lane. Like, shout out to this Wizards squad. Just your thoughts on that in general.
I think that was the other like caveat about what happened tonight. He didn't do this against Charlotte, right? He didn't do this against, name your terrible team in the NBA. This was against the Dallas Mavericks, a team that is expected to have, one of the best defenses in the association all year long. I was really, really impressed, man. I think the opponent definitely matters. But like I said when I first hopped on, now that I've seen it, there is no excuses. I want the effort there every night. The shots aren't going to fall every night. Key's not going to go 7 to 10 from 3 every night. But the effort defensively should never, ever fluctuate. The way that they shared the ball outside of Kent Whitmore should never, ever fluctuate. Like, that is the standard, a.k.a. Kyshawn George. That's why he's the standard.
I love the nickname. I absolutely love the nickname because I think you're spot on with that. What he did today is what this organization has preached they're going to try to emulate. Part of the organization was guys that get it done on both ends of the floor, have the right body language, have the attitude, the mentality you need. And hopefully, the point you brought up with Cam Whitmore, hopefully that's something they can improve upon as the year goes on.
Well, BK's not having it. BK already showed you tonight. He's not playing around. And I love that because I've been as critical of Brian Keefe as anybody.
Well, he's coaching for his job. Like, he's got to show that he has a purpose here. Yeah. So I love to see that as well. He's not going to just sit back and say this is a tanking year. I'm going to get fired after we're done tanking or whatever. Like, Keefe is out there trying to prove himself.
Because Mike Malone is sitting around waiting in the waters, bro. I'm telling you.
I saw that quote the other day. He said, I'm coaching soon.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Linnell, dude, we appreciate you for coming on as always, man.
Yes, indeed, brother.
That is the youngest.
I was gonna say, Ben. Now, does this Wizards win give you confidence that the Commanders can go win in Arrowhead on Monday?
I was texting with Bijan Todd of the Monumental Sports Network. He was like, "Enjoy it while it lasts before we get our hearts ripped out."
Oh man,
damn, Bijan, you're on point, bro.
I'm not even gonna think about that. That's a tomorrow issue for me. But anyways,
we just got my allergies flaring up, boys.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I was watching the game, and I'm in the studio, man. You know how it is late at night. Nobody's in there. I'm yelling, get back, good. Like, I'm coaching them, bro. Like, I was so just excited to watch tonight, bro, because I thought they were about to get their doors blown off. I really did. I swear to God, I did.
It feels good to really get into these games, and I think that's the bottom line.
I can't wait till Sunday, bro. They should beat the tar out of the damn Hornets if this is the effort they're gonna get.
We'll see you at Capital One, right, Leno?
Yes, we. Oh, come on, man! Live and direct, baby. I can't.
Well,
wait.
I'll be everyone that's in the stream. If you are gonna be at Capital One Arena, stop by Section 107. Say what's up to AB and I. We want to meet
I'll be right
all
up there
of you
with
there.
you guys, man.
Yeah,
I'm on the same row as you all.
Come get up with us there, man. Wizards fans, let us know what your favorite aspect of this culture win was today. That'll do it for us on Locked On Wizards. Shout out to everybody that was in the stream during the game that got to witness the dub, the Kyshawn George show in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to our guy, Linnell Willingham. Check him out on his socials at NELL_BTP. For my co-host, Abdullah Ayubi, I'm Ben Strober. DC family, enjoy the dub.